Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a power move by indie game developers who understand the importance of integrity. Guess what? The creators of Slay the Spire 2 decided to intentionally use a bunch of badly drawn art instead of AI placeholders. Let's get into it, boys. Shoutouts to Tech Power Up for the article. Before we get into this, I would politely ask that you guys like and subscribe if you are sick and tired of AI seeping into everything that you love. Here on this channel, I like to talk about this stuff every single day, so if you guys are as tired of this stuff as I am, be sure to stick around. But yes, the article. I cannot describe this as anything short of a power move that's supposed to stick it to AI. I really can't. Here we go. There's an ever-growing list of games that have received a notable backlash for the use of AI-generated placeholder art in games. From Pearl Abyss's Crimson Desert to The Alters, I made a video about the former, and even the award-winning Clair Obscur Expedition 33. When the wildly popular Slay the Spire 2 launched into early access earlier in 2026, it was littered with roughly scrawled placeholder art. Megacrit co-founder Casey Yano recently explained the decision to shirk AI in favor of the scribbles in a recent interview with GameSpot, and mostly seems to come down to both communicating to the players that the game is in early access state and making it obvious what the cards in the deck builder do. He also argues that Gen AI also removes the authorial intent, so some of the intended communication would be lost if the studio used Gen AI art instead of the hastily scrawled concept sketches. And yeah, I couldn't agree more. If your game is in early access, you should show the fact that it's in early access by using... Okay, you know what this reminds me of? Skullgirls is a fighting game that uses all 2D hand-drawn animation, like actual, like people sitting down on a digital drawing tablet. I just pointed to my own drawing tablet, I'm sorry. Like actual people just sitting down on a drawing tablet, creating the animations for sprites and attacks one by one, right? Now, here's the deal about Skullgirls. When characters are in beta release, they actually use like rough sketch sprites that you would expect to see in some like concept art for a behind-the-scenes thing from a Disney movie. Yeah, they actually put that in the game, like actual sketches of the sprite attacks and make it playable for players in beta phase. It's actually really freaking cool, and I think you guys should look it up. But my point is that, yeah, that's exactly what this reminds me of. And I'm saying right now, if either of those things that I'm discussing right now were instead just using AI, then it would be effing gross and soulless. Even when your game is not 100% complete, you have the opportunity to present actual creativity and soul into your work. And this is a perfect example of it right here. Yano explains that if we use art that looks nearly complete, then people would think that it's going to be the final art. It has to look like shit. It has to. It's important that it looks like shit. He notes that part of that communication of the game's incomplete stage is self-preservation, because otherwise people would judge the game as if it's in 1.0, a fully developed video game. He also notes that art helps avoid confusion among players and other artists. Prioritization was mostly about making sure that our players have an emotional connection to the content and also recognize what content is what, he continues to say. And not to like talk down to anybody, but to anyone that does not understand the importance of artistic integrity, that's going to sound like a bunch of pretentious nonsense, but there is importance to that regardless. Like, look at this. Obviously, that doesn't look incredibly great, but point being is that it's way better than AI junk, you know what I mean? There's a little bit more to this article, but I just want to get to my point. I can't see this as anything. I understand that at the end of the day, the creators of Slay the Spire 2 are only focusing on their work and their own artistic integrity, but I can't help but look at this as anything else but a massive power move that just sticks a massive middle finger to AI as a whole. And a massive realization of the fact that it's completely unnecessary in the early development of your video game, especially when you're trying to add charm into your work for your early user base. I can't see this as anything else but. But yeah, these are my thoughts. What are y'all's? Whatever it is, be sure to let me know in the comment section. But past that, that's going to wrap this one up. This is Jack Talks Back, signing out. You guys have a good one.